Welcome to Adventure Cosmic Quest, an assisted novel exploring the possibilities of writing a fantastic story with AI. Prologue. It's August 21st, 2462, 5:33 in the morning on planet Earth 7. The search for a new job continues, but nothing seems to catch my eye. Man, I am so tired of job hunting. I go back to Google and search for some quick-paying one-off jobs, and there is a website at the top I have never seen before titled Win Big in this year's games. A game show? I mean, why not? I click on it, and it brings me to a new page that has some information. Welcome to Adventure Cosmic Quest. Do you have what it takes to beat all the trials? Take part in a game where you will be thrown into the dungeon to fight and thrive. You will need to complete quests while inside the dungeon, all alone or with a party of NPCs. Teaming with another player is forbidden. Players will receive quests to help level yourself up and receive better gear and items to take out other players. Twists will happen throughout the season where something in the dungeon will change. PvP is required. This could be anything from a world event like flooding or the area completely changing altogether after completion of the main quest. There are then some drop-down menus for each. I click on the next tab, not caring to read anymore. The chance of me actually getting in the show is probably so low. I will read it later if I actually think I could win. The next button brings me to a survey. I fill out my name, Brad Darley, but decide if it asks me for any credit card information, I am done with it. What the hell is this next page? Do you accept risk of potential loss of body parts covered by insurance? I mean, I guess if it pays good, I check it off. Do you accept risk of loss of life covered by insurance? I know they just have that because every game show has that. Dying is slim, so I'm not worried about that. Do you agree to participate in this year's games that could last up to 1 year on a contract? Damn, this is a long game show. What am I signing up for? Oh well, I check the box and click next. Are you sure you want to participate? It then mentions loss of life or limbs. I check yes again. What am I even signing up for, man? I click enter, sending off the survey. I'm now ready to go back and read more on that about page. My body freezes and everything goes black as I appear inside of a studio. What is happening? Congratulations, player, you have been selected for Adventure Cosmic Quest. What does that mean and why is it so loud? Where am I? A robotic voice plays through my head. That one was weird, it was just an empty space that expanded. I've seen them before in government teleportation zones, aka the wait line. That's expensive. That was a teleportation waiting room, I now realize. Why were there other races from video games? What the hell was that? I can't see anything. I am no longer in the loading room. I teleport again. The room appears to keep getting bigger naturally as others join. Others appear and keep appearing. We are all wearing the same black uniform. They're looking at me just as confused. Then more, a kobold, a tabji. What the hell, that's a fucking orc. An orc appears in the room. God damn it, I should have read that stuff. That's probably why it said possible death. I really should have probably kept reading that stuff. Nope, teleported. Did I get teleported or is this being played through my interface? Do you consent to AI monologue? I consent? Downloading. What the hell is that? Download complete, transferring now. I teleport again, this time appearing in a waiting zone for only a moment. What the hell, Major? How did you teleport out like that? I froze. I was sitting in front of the President Valley Marlowe of Earth 7. My mouth fell open. You're not a soldier? A scientist? My mind wheeled. No ma'am, I am not. I clicked a link online. She looked at me as if I was the stupidest person in the world. A link? The voice in my mind spoke again, but this time it was different. We have sent a peace negotiator to your location. The room turned into full lockdown mode and I then realized that time it was my citizenship implant, not the one that took over before. What's happening? Guards started entering the room, surrounding us as a blank gray figure entered the room through teleportation. What the hell is that? Please lower your weapons, I bring you no harm. A hush fell over the room as tension crackled like static in the air. Valley Marlowe, President of Earth 7, stood rigid, glaring at the figure that had materialized in the center of her secure meeting space. I could see the guards, their weapons drawn, muscles tense and ready to react. My heart raced as I turned my gaze towards this mysterious newcomer, a blank, gray figure devoid of facial features but brimming with an unsettling energy. What are you? I am an envoy from the Arcane Council. My presence here is a result of a breach in the Multiverse Accord when you hijacked the teleportation. We need to discuss the peculiar case of Brad Darley. I blinked, my mind swirling with questions. Me? What do you want with me? This is not just about you, it's about the fate of the entire multiverse. Your unintentional participation in the adventure Cosmic Quest has triggered various interdimensional protocols. The figure turned slightly, its featureless face seeming to lock onto mine. This game show, as you refer to it, is an anomaly. An adventure that threatens the balance of realities. Balance of what? I blurted, still trying to wrap my head around the fact that I was in the same room as the president, and a being from another dimension. A balance of existence. You are not just competing in a game. You are a candidate in a trial meant to assess the worthiness of your dimension to coexist with others. The stakes are cosmic. You mean, if I lose or die, you're saying that there could be consequences for my entire world? Correct. Your survival is paramount. Beyond the quests and creatures, the adventure Cosmic Quest is essentially a trial to determine your realm's capacity for growth, combativeness, and unity. Failure means not just your death, but potential exposure to calamity for your world. I felt lightheaded, needing to sit down to process this information. This can't be real. No one asked me if I wanted to be part of this trial. You're in a position many would dream of, Brad. You have a chance to represent our world, but you need to understand the risks. If you decline, it could provoke the council. I felt the world closing in on me, the responsibility mounting. I didn't sign up for this when I clicked the link. It was supposed to be a cool game show, not a cosmic trial. You must accept this fate if you wish to alter the course of your dimension's future. The decision is yours. Either you embrace this role and fight for your realm, or you expose it to forces beyond imagination. A moment of silence engulfed the room as I weighed my options. The president's gaze bore into mine, urging me to seize this unexpected gift. But all I could think about was my regular life, job hunting, and living in the mundane. Then the memories flooded back in, my moments of fun with friends while gaming, laughter, the thrill of adventure. I wanted a purpose, something greater to fight for, and here I stood on the brink of an opportunity unlike any I'd ever imagined. I'll do it. I'll participate in Adventure Cosmic Quest. Very well, Brad Darley. Prepare, for you will now be thrust into a world of challenges that will test every fiber of your being. With that, the room started to dissolve into pixels, and in another heartbeat, I found myself standing in a vast arena, vibrant and pulsating with life. All around me were other players, each clad in the same black uniform as I was. An enormous banner loomed above with the words, "Welcome to Adventure Cosmic Quest." In that moment, I realized this was my chance. No longer a mere job seeker, I was now a gladiator in a fantastical world, fighting for my existence. Somewhere in that wild, chaotic realm, I understood I would discover the hero within myself. My journey had just begun. The sound of roaring crowds echoed through the vast arena, a cacophony of cheers and jeers vibrating the ground beneath my feet. The vibrant landscape stretched out before me like a living tapestry. Lush greenery, sparkling lakes, and a distant mountain range shimmering under two suns. As the banner fluttered overhead, announcing my arrival, a surge of adrenaline coursed through my veins. For the first time in my life, I felt a pulse of purpose drum against my heart. Welcome to Cosmic Quest. The trials will commence shortly. Prepare for the ultimate test of skill, strategy, and survival. I took a deep breath, adjusting to the overwhelming spectacle around me. Other players, similarly clad in their uniforms, stood rigid around me, glaring suspiciously at one another. There was no sense of camaraderie here. This was a battle for survival. No alliances, no teaming, just competition. Everyone for themselves. 5 minutes until the commencement of the trials. My throat tightened at the announcement. I had scant time to mentally adjust to this new existence. Part of me panicked. No training, no briefing, just plunged into a gladiatorial arena. But there was also a flicker of excitement. I recalled times when I'd played games with friends, laughing through quests and battles. This was just a more intense version, right? Reality closed in as the countdown ticked down, and soon, vibrant banners unfurled with the names of our first trials, the Arena of Shadows. Great, that couldn't be ominous at all. A loud horn blared, signaling the beginning. Other players scattered like startled hornets, each looking for cover or opportunity. Some sprinted towards weapon chests that had materialized in front of them. Others searched for strategic positions while casting wary glances at their competition. I could feel the energy shift from excitement to a tense, predatory atmosphere. I found myself drawn to a metal container and seized a sleek dagger with an iridescent sheen. It felt comfortable in my hand, a moment of reassurance in an otherwise chaotic environment. They had said this was a trial, not just for survival but an assessment of our worthiness. What did that mean? I sensed the daunting reality of it. There might be no rules governing direct conflict. A sudden scream tore through the arena. I turned just in time to see a player collapse, gloomy tendrils whipping around them as their life force diminished in the shadows. A wave of dread washed over me as I watched the shadowy figure take over. Someone shouted something in a language I didn't understand. I looked up to see pairs of players battling fiercely, one person lunging towards another with a sword, while others worked to evade the dark forces. It was every player for themselves, without the safety net of teaming up or strategizing together. Almost instinctively I joined the fray. The battle raged all around me and I found myself involved in my own skirmish. Sword clashed against dagger. The sounds of grunting and shouting filled the air. An orc player, the same one I saw in the waiting room, dodged and retaliated, and for a brief moment, I felt the thrill. You had to either win or be lost among the shadows. Though I managed to dispatch my opponent, the victory was momentary. Every defeat stole life from someone else, escalating the darkness around us. There was little time for victories to feel rewarding. Survival was constantly at stake, and the pressure weighed heavily on me. Then, the inevitable happened. While I was engaged with two other players, the shadows surged forward, feeding on the chaos. I felt a shadow wrap around my ankle, pulling me down, immobilizing me as another combatant approached with lethal intent. The words they said didn't make sense, but I knew deep inside myself it was something cruel with their cruel smile. They lunged forward, and despite my attempts to scramble free, I found myself pinned to the ground, shadows seeping into my lungs, dark energy consuming my consciousness. Within moments I felt my strength wane, colors dimming around me, the faces of my competitors blurred. I could only hear muffled laughter and the urging cries of the crowd above. Though I had dug deep within myself and partook in this grand trial, my journey was thwarted far too soon. As darkness enveloped me in its eternal embrace, I realized one last truth. The echo of my ordinary life was fading. I had fought valiantly, but in this cruel reality, not everyone gets to be the hero. I was just another fleeting moment in the grand scheme of existence, one life among countless others bound to this cosmic trial, extinguished by the very power I had sought to overcome. You have already lost. What do you mean lost? Your representative, Brad Darley, has failed the trial. As a result, your world has been deemed unworthy. What happens now? You said the stakes were high, but what does this mean for Earth 7? Nothing immediate, President Marlowe. You will not face destruction today. Your sun still has millennia before it collapses, so there is time. However, from now on, Earth 7 must offer a citizen each year to compete in Adventure Cosmic Quest, until victory is achieved. Wait, you mean this isn't over? We have to keep sending people to die? Correct. Every year a new contender. This will continue until your dimension proves its strength. It's no longer just about survival, it's about entertainment. We now know of your existence and we will not be denied. But that's insane. You can't just make us your game. Your resistance is irrelevant. You will participate. The only variable is how long it takes for your kind to win. Stay tuned for more adventures. Like and subscribe for more of the story.